Hola a toda nuestra hermosa comunidad latina de este bello estado de Colorado. Ustedes ya me conocen, soy Fedra Álvarez, con Mi Casa es tu Casa. Ricardo Novelo, Richard Villadiego y Nicole Polanco no pudieron estar presentes, pero siempre estamos aquí para ayudar a la comunidad latina e informarles de lo que está pasando en la ciudad de Colorado Springs, en Denver y a sus alrededores. Estamos aquí con alguien muy especial para la ciudad. Espero disfruten este podcast y en un momento se va a introducir. Este podcast es también un poquito diferente porque es en español y en inglés, pero vamos a hacer nuestro mejor esfuerzo para poderlo pasar en AI, que es inteligencia artificial para ustedes ahí en casita que no entienden más o menos el inglés, se va a traducir después. Bueno, comencemos. Hi, well, this is super exciting to be here. I will allow you to introduce yourself to our Hispanic community. I was just explaining them a little bit what's the process here because this is all new for us, AI. Cool. So it's pretty cool. So please, friend, introduce yourself.
Great, thank you. Yeah, my name is Richard Mulledy, and I'm the Public Works Director for the City of Colorado Springs. And then maybe we'll talk a little bit about Public Works so people know what Public Works is real quick.
Yes, okay. Please, but introduce yourself. First, tell us a little bit about you, something fun, you know. Yeah. He was saying that he drinks a lot of Diet Coke.
Yeah. I have a serious Diet Coke addiction, which is, I really do. It's a terrible thing. So I'm a native of Colorado Springs.
Nice.
Lived here most of my life. I moved away for a while for college, and then I wanted to live by the beach for a couple years. So, but I've spent
California,
Tampa, Florida.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Okay.
After college, I just wanted to move anywhere with a palm tree.
Oh,
I didn't even care. I grew up here. So.
And he picked Florida instead of Mexico. Oh my God.
I should have. Yeah, exactly. So like I said, I'm a native here. I've got two kids at 14 and 12. So I'm kind of raising kiddos and a wonderful wife, and so. I've been with the city now for about 9 years.
Wow.
And I really enjoy it. It's fun to work for the city that you're born in and, that I'm from. And I get a chance to, kind of help the community that I love. So
that is awesome. That is fantastic. Well, tell us a little bit about what is public services?
Yeah, Public Works. Yeah, I'll just tell you quick. There's a couple parts of Public Works I think you want to ask about.
Yes.
But let me just say what Public Works is, what it entails. So the Public Works Department includes Mountain Metro Transit, so that's the bus, fix route buses and all of that. The stormwater enterprise, so that's like, all the stormwater infrastructure and the maintenance and the planning and of all of our stormwater infrastructure. The parking enterprise. So parking enterprise is like a parking program that oversees all of the downtown parking, garages and lots and meters, and the whole parking program is in there. Traffic engineering, which is like a lot of people's favorites, right? So that's the timing of the lights and the signals and all of the street signs and all roadway signs and all of that. That's traffic engineering, And then the city engineering, which is, I think we might talk about one of our projects, but that's the large roadway projects, bridge construction projects, large infrastructure projects that the city completes. So, and then lastly, operations and maintenance, and that is kind of like you can think of the streets department. Okay. So that's all of the roadways, and that's the paving and the concrete. We might talk about potholes.
Yes,
okay.
Yes,
so
we are.
Lives in there.
Yes.
And then snow plowing and street sweeping and taking care of all the streets in our city.
Perfect. So I just want to say that they have done, well, I don't know if it's your fault, but you guys have done a fantastic job here in the city, I feel. So I'm very grateful because, as a Hispanic, we move away from, our hometowns expecting, better, right? Yeah. And Colorado Springs is one of the best cities I feel in the world, and I feel like as a Latina, it's just fun because there's everything. There's restaurants, there's clubs, there's bars, there's libraries, there's small shops, family owned. I mean, it's fantastic, and what you guys are doing here to keep it growing and make it safer and nicer for every community is just fantastic. But wonderful. I'm going to ask you a few questions. It's not going to take that long, even though I want to be here forever.
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah.
What is the program Keep It Clean? Keep It Clean program. Can you talk about it?
I can, yeah. So that's a great program. And so Keep It Clean is a program that's really embedded in our operations and maintenance program. That's that streets and all that. And it's really a couple of different components. We have within what we call neighborhood services, which is code enforcement and cleanups, the camp cleanup teams and the abandoned vehicle teams, we have a group of people that help to clean up the city, collect trash, collect debris, deal with abandoned cars, deal with all the tires and things like that. And then we also have another team kind of embedded in that Keep It Clean that actually is called Keep It Clean, but it's a big thing. And that's a team that is dedicated to cleaning up the city right-of-ways. So they go out and they're doing mowing and they're doing trash pickup and all the debris for all the city right-of-ways, and really focusing on lots of those major corridors like Powers Boulevard and Woodman and Academy. And so those teams come together.
Is it sorry to interrupt you. Is it volunteer, or it's a city that you hire people, or it's more volunteering? How does that work?
That's a great question. So actually what I just described are actual city employees and city programs and city assets within the Public Works Department that are doing that. However, our Mayor Mulledy, has a new initiative that he just introduced a few weeks back, and it's really an idea to partner those teams that are that come from the city and some other teams within the city that we can talk about with the public and some of these community organizations like Richard's Rubbish Roundup and Keep Colorado Springs Beautiful and the Fountain Creek Watershed, Flood Control and Greenway District, some of these philanthropic and public or private nonprofit organizations. And so we're going to have a new initiative that's kind of bigger, and it's us and our teams teaming with them to have a citywide Keep It Clean initiative to kind of tackle it, and at the same time asking and starting to help get more and more residents involved in cleaning their own neighborhoods.
Nice.
So that's kind of the holistic.
That's awesome, and I hope you guys invite us, to invite more people, because I'm
Absolutely.
pretty sure our community, and I say a lot Hispanic, because I'm Latina, they're very welcoming. Once they love you forever, and you're your family, and so I feel like they will love to jump into this, right? Because they're just part of the community, and they want to keep the community nice.
Well, I think that's great. I mean, we and I'll just tell you, I would encourage people to go to the city's website and look up the Keep It Clean initiative. We're going to have some resources on there where you can volunteer to go to these cleanups. We also have some other departments within the city, including stormwater and the parks department, that sponsor and team with those other organizations to have cleanup events. So that'd be great, and we would love
Fantastic.
it. If we work together as a community, we can really make a difference.
It's just something that I love to say. Keep moving forward and keep united. That's what helps our community.
Do you want to hear
right?
some quick stats?
Yes, tell us.
So let me tell you
we want to know the chisme.
I think these are just the city. So I don't want to. Our nonprofit and just volunteers have cleaned up an enormous amount.
Yes.
Just as much, if not more.
Tell us.
So this is us. Last year, our team, we had 856 tons of trash. So a ton is 2,000 pounds. So you can do the math there, 856. 434 abandoned vehicles. We cleaned up 17,000 graffiti tags.
Wow.
So we have a team that goes around and paints over the graffiti and cleans them up. In addition, just from the roadways, and I think we get a lot of people, just driving, trash flies out of people's cars and on accident, things like that. We picked up 55,000 tons, which is 129 dump trucks from those right-of-ways, and then we returned to their home 1,400 abandoned shopping carts. So,
That's
those
awesome.
are some cool stats, and you get an
awesome.
idea of the effort.
That is awesome. And a lot of people don't see it, right? Because you don't say it. And I feel like as a community, we need to know what's happening. Because we expect, right? And it's easy to criticize, and it's easy to be very negative when you're not seeing what's actually happening.
Well, we're a big city, too.
Exactly.
I mean, 200 square miles, and so.
But exactly. But you guys are moving forward. You guys are doing stuff, and a lot of people, well, they're not doing anything. Well, are you sure? It's almost when you're a dad and a mom, you're raising your kids correctly, the way you feel like you're supposed to raise them, but other people might think they're crazy.
Yeah.
Right? But you're doing your best. you guys have to understand that we are all kids, and there are parents that are taking the best care possible, for us.
Yeah.
But another question, and I every time we drive to downtown now, we're seeing that there's a lot of construction here in town.
Yeah.
Can
the
you tell
stay-at-home
us? I know.
projects.
Can you tell us if you guys are going to open a Hispanic nightclub? Because I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Because you guys have it all in construction. Can you tell us what is that about?
Yep. So that's a great project, and so for a long time now, there's an organization downtown that represents kind of the businesses and the people who live down. Some people who live downtown, and that's the Downtown Partnership, and they're a great nonprofit organization that has a vision for downtown, and they work with our team and our planning department to identify street improvements.
Nice.
And to make our streets more inviting and more beautiful and more accessible, and just better. And Tejon has been on the list for a long time as a theme street. They want to make it a theme street, and so what we're doing right now is we're reconstructing Tejon, and we started at Colorado, and we're going to go all the way up to Kiowa for the first phase here, and it's building face to building face, and we're going to rebuild the whole thing. And if, in its current condition, there's confined walkways. If you have mobility issues, or if you're a mom or a dad pushing a stroller, or if someone's walking their dog and you're walking by with your with
it's either you or me.
Yeah, I mean, it's like there's no room. And especially for people, a lot of the people that visit our city, especially a lot of the people that come for tourism stuff, have accessibility needs, and it's like we need sidewalks that are wide enough to handle that. So the vision there is to take this kind of confined area that's the public walk space and expand it. So we're going to have, if you just visualize the cross, what it's going to look like from the building face out, you're going to have about a 10-foot eatery space, so that these restaurants can have a area where they can have outside dining. People really enjoy that. Yes. We found that out during COVID. I mean, people want to come downtown and eat outside and enjoy the weather, especially in the summer. So we'll have that 10-foot eatery space. Then we'll have a 9.5-foot walkway, multi-use walkway, and that will provide that accessibility. Yeah, I mean, you can walk, like I said, you can walk with somebody who has accessibility issues, or you can walk with somebody who's pushing a stroller, and everyone has enough room. And then we'll have an area just next to that that's kind of a 6-foot area. That's all one giant wide area, but that 6-foot area will have new trees that we bought, mature trees that we're going to plant, all the furniture like the benches and all that. And so it'll be a beautiful new corridor that that really provides an experience where people come downtown. You want to come downtown. We have great restaurants, we have great shopping, and the bonus on that is you'll be able to enjoy this really cool, corridor that is lit up with trees and wide and inviting.
That is awesome. It's so exciting because it's something that's going to happen soon, and we're going to be able to enjoy it and be able to do it in the summer, in the spring, the summer, and even on autumn, right? It's beautiful, the trees and the leaves, it looks fantastic. It's more inviting, exactly like you said, to visitors and to everybody to come and enjoy. But now that it's on construction, we still welcome people to come and go to those restaurants and help them and go eat at there's amazing restaurants here on Tejon.
I love, can I add to that?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, one of the things we've done, we have terrific restaurants, right? Like the East Coast Deli, and we have, Jack Quinn's, and we have, all these really great options for people downtown. And one of the things we've specifically done with this project, if you go down there and you experience this, is we've put a tremendous amount of thought with the contractor on staging. Yep. So we're only minimizing a certain small area, or we're only impacting a small area at a time, so that every one of those businesses always has easy and direct access. Yes. If you come downtown, it's not a hassle.
It's not.
And then you can walk right into there. You're not walking through a construction zone. There's lots of great. And then also we've teamed with them and some others. Red Gravy's another good one. There's so many of them, but
give us a list.
I know. In my mind, I love all these restaurants so
hungry,
much.
guys.
Yeah, I know. So the Craft. I mean, there's great restaurants down there. So
that's
Colorado Craft. So the other thing we did is we partnered with them, and I mentioned that parking is in Public Works, and we've come up with great incentives for parking. So we have a garage that's right next door.
Oh, we didn't know that.
It's only a couple hundred feet.
Okay.
It's $1 per hour.
Oh.
So it's super cheap.
Yes.
And then if you go to one of those restaurants that I named and any on that block, they have vouchers for 2 hours of free parking for that garage.
Okay,
So,
yeah, we should promote that more.
Yeah,
You know, we should
yeah.
tell them. So you guys come, eat, and enjoy.
Yeah, go out. There's free parking.
Yes, there's free parking, not free food, but free parking.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
and there's amazing restaurants. So yes, take advantage of that right now, because it's not going to last long.
No, that's right. That's exactly right. Yeah.
So it comes with the restaurant. So it's pretty exciting to see. And there's a lot of new restaurants opening up, you know, still on Tejon Street. So it's because people are expecting great things, you know, to be done. So again, the city is here to provide us with positive, amazing new changes so that we can keep growing, because we're growing.
Yeah.
I drive everywhere, and now, I mean, there's not only traffic, but a lot of construction everywhere.
Yeah.
So that can only mean something. You know, I do this, but I'm in real estate, and I always talk to my husband. I'm like, it's because we're growing. That's because the city of Colorado Springs is growing, and it's just going to continue to grow.
And people love to come here, and it's a beautiful, you know, it's a beautiful city, and you know, you described it, you know, of why you loved it so much. And it's a great city. So.
Yes, and we need more Latinos downtown.
Yeah.
we need a nightclub, a very nice, high end. If not, I don't go. No, I'm just kidding. No, but I really love my community. I really love Colorado Springs. I adopted it. I mean, I grew up in a small town in Mexico, and I feel like I like small towns. Now that you're talking about Alaska, my husband was in the Army for so long, and we moved to Fairbanks, Alaska. It's such a small town.
Yeah.
I love small towns. So I don't know how big Colorado is going to get, because you still know everybody, you know, and you meet them and you say hi. So I hope.
Well, that, you know, downtown has that small feel, you know, downtown feel to it. So even though we're a big city, you know, one of the things I love about Tejon Street is, you know, even in a city of 200 square miles, you can still have you know, some areas of the downtown that feel kind of small and really intimate. So
yes, and it's family. Most of these restaurants are family owned.
Absolutely.
Or if not all of them, right?
Yes, absolutely. Those are
so it's awesome.
Yeah, those are the small businesses.
So one fun thing that I want to talk about, and potholes.
Oh yeah.
You know, I know people want to know what's happening with those. Where do they get, you know, the money to cover them, or if we have to do them by ourselves? I'm just kidding. You don't do that in Mexico. You do that. You know.
Man. Oh,
I know it's so sad, but
Yeah.
you do. You see a pothole, and then boom, nobody's gonna cover it, so you go buy your material. But can you talk about that for a little bit?
Absolutely, yeah. So we you know, so we have an enormous road structure. It's actually incredible. I said it a couple of times, but we're 200 square miles in area, which makes us one of the largest cities in the nation. Actually, I mean, certainly in Colorado, but I mean, just land-wise. I mean, we're just we're a very big city. If you take our roads and you take 1 lane, 1 mile, we call that a lane mile. So 1 lane, 1 mile. So if you had 1 mile roadway, it was 2 lanes. That'd be 2 lane miles. Okay.
Yeah.
So just think about stacking every single lane up. That would go from here to Athens, Greece.
Oh.
Yeah. So I mean, it's amazing. You know, think about it. It's like we have that stat, and we've said it before, and every time I say it, I'm like, man, that's a long way. I've actually never been to Athens, Greece, but I know it's like a long way away.
I've never been,
Yeah.
so I don't know. I trust you.
Yeah, I think it's
and
a
you
long way.
haven't been,
Yeah, I haven't, but it's
trust them, guys.
Yeah, exactly right. So you know, we're also in you know, what makes Colorado so beautiful is our seasons and the snow. And I mean, it's like snowing out right now.
Snowing, and it was like 80 2 days ago.
I know, right? Actually, we're getting ready for snow ops right now. So, you know, the freeze thaw and everything. Anyways, long story short, we have a lot of roads, and we get potholes because of the weather and the environment that we're in, and that's fine. So we do a lot, and I wanted to kind of distinguish it a little bit. First of all, you know, we typically fill, and last year we fill normally between 90 and 100,000 potholes a year.
Oh, wow.
And so we have a tremendous amount of potholes that we fill.
Yeah.
I think we filled, like, I'm probably wrong, it's like 94 or 95,000 last year, or somewhere around there. That's about what we average, sometimes a little more. Interestingly, though, only about 5,000 or 6,000 of those are reported by citizens. A lot of those, you know, we're out there in our crews and things like that. But we encourage people to report the potholes because, honestly, you know, big city, if we don't see them, we don't know they're there. So we want people to tell us about the potholes, and we will go and send a crew to fix them. And you can report them pretty easily. We have an app. It's called Go Colorado Springs. So you can just go to the App Store.
Go Colorado Springs, guys. So.
Yeah, go Colorado. Yeah, exactly. You download the app, you take a picture of it, and upload it, and we will fill that pothole. And so
that's awesome.
Yeah, it's a great program. We like I said, we do a tremendous amount of work. The money for those potholes actually comes from the general fund.
Okay.
And I wanted to make this distinction just in case some of your listeners or viewers might know a little more of the details of how the city works. They might have this question. There's another initiative called 2C, and we're very thankful for the citizens of Colorado Springs that just extended 2C, which is a paving tax, for 10 years. It was on the ballot this year, and it extended for 10 years. That program generates about $90 to $100 million in revenue for us to pave and repave and repair streets and sidewalks associated with the paving. That actually is not the pothole money. So I get that question a lot. That is only for 2C and the paving. Yeah. The money that we use for pothole comes out of the general fund. So we're able we're able to make sure that even though we have paving needs and requirements, we also have money for those potholes. And I get that question a lot. So I wanted to distinguish that. But that's our pothole program.
No, thank you. And it's very interesting that you say, because people complain, because we like to complain, right? But there's a way that you can go.
I like to think of it as notifying. Yeah, that's not a good play. There's notifying. Complain, that's okay.
Notify. Yeah. Like what I like to say, right? It's like gossip and facts. Gossip is something that you make up that's not true. Facts is something that's really happening and it's going on.
Yeah, the potholes are a fact.
Potholes are a fact.
I hit them too, and I'm just like, oh man. So I actually, like if I
have time.
If I have a pothole in my neighborhood, I put it on our app.
That's awesome.
Absolutely.
So don't complain. Now you know where to go, and if you see it, take a picture.
And I would also say that if you don't have access to a phone, or if you don't want to do that, you can always just go to the website. And get our contact. You can call Public Works, and we have people. So you can also call, and there's email. You could email. So, and the last thing that I would say about potholes, unless you have more questions, is if you go into the app, or if you call somebody, it doesn't have to be perfect. Like if you go into the app and it's like you're under a different section, like you're under a traffic light issue. Still put it in, because we actually have people that read, obviously, every single entry, and we'll get it to the right team.
Nice.
So I think sometimes people have a pothole, and they couldn't find like the right spot necessarily on the app, or they couldn't find the right number, and so they don't report it. Yeah. Call the number, tell someone you have a pothole issue, they get to the right spot. If you have the app, put it in the app. Yeah. Even if it's like in the traffic section, or it's in the other section, put it in there. We'll get it to that.
And I have to finish up with the potholes. I want to say that I'm guilty as charged, because in Mexico they're everywhere. Oh, man. So I don't complain and I don't say anything. I just go around, and I keep going on my life, and everything's fun, because they're seriously everywhere in my hometown. So please, if somebody listens to this podcast, can somebody tell them, But in this case, they actually have funds, and they have somewhere that you can go and submit the pictures, and they'll take care of it. And just to finish up, any message that you want to give our community out there, our Hispanic community, and every community too?
Yeah, absolutely. I would say that, just remember, that the Public Works and the Public Works Department is here to serve the residents of the city of Colorado Springs and your community and all the other communities. We're here to serve you guys, and it's these are public funds, the taxes and fees that come out come from the people that we serve, and we want to make sure that we're doing the best job that we can as a customer service perspective, and the best job we can for the residents. So don't ever hesitate to call, and don't ever hesitate to say, hey, there's an issue out here. Can you take a look at it? We're just glad to help. And I think we have a wonderful staff in Public Works of people that are just super dedicated, and they get into this business because they want to help the city that they live and work in, and so we're here to help, and don't ever be afraid to ask.
Well, thank you, and I want to make sure that everybody knows it's not about a political issue. It doesn't matter what side you're on. It's just about helping each other. That's it. You just want to help. It doesn't matter where you're sitting in your political ideas. It's just about helping every community, Hispanic, Asian, any community that you can think of. So, and I speak highly of my community because that's who I represent, right? But if I was another person, I'll be also advocating for that community as well. And to finish up, I'm going to finish up in Spanish.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah. Go right.
So, de verdad, muchísimas gracias a toda nuestra comunidad hispana y latina de aquí del estado de Colorado. Ya saben que Ricardo Novelo, Richard Villadiego, Nicole Polanco y yo, Fedra Álvarez, estamos a sus órdenes para cualquier pregunta que tengan sobre compra, venta e inversión de bienes y raíces, y queremos agradecer a la ciudad por habernos permitido este espacio tan increíble. Les vamos a estar haciendo la traducción en forma AI, es inteligencia artificial. Gracias y bendiciones. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye, guys.